Learn the most important real estate vocabulary in just minutes. In this video, we'll cover 65 essential words that every real estate agent, investor, or enthusiast should know. From appraisal to zoning, we've got you covered. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this video will help you master the language of real estate and take your skills to the next level. So what are you waiting for? Watch now and become a real estate vocabulary expert in no time. At first glance, English for real estate agents may appear straightforward. However, at Break Into English, we understand that there's a deeper layer of complex terminology involved. To help you smoothly transition into the realm of real estate, I have compiled the following 15 basic vocabulary words. Development, a group of buildings together on a large plot of land. Ensuite, this is an adjective to describe an auxiliary room which is attached to a main room, usually an ensuite bathroom which is attached to the master bedroom. Estate agent, a professional who assists clients in buying, selling, and renting properties. Flat or apartment, a set of rooms on a single floor used for living, often found in high-rise buildings or apartment complexes. Sometimes, a two-story house is divided into multiple apartments. For sale, this means that the home, business, building, or piece of land is available on the market for purchase.
Furnished describes a property that is on the market with furniture included. Garden or yard, a piece of land for recreational use. It may have flowers, trees, grass, etc. Ground floor and first floor, the story or floor of the building which is on the same level as the street or ground. In the UK, the first floor is one above ground level, known as the second floor in US a real estate. Landlord or landlady, the owner of a property who rents it out to tenants. Lift or elevator, an electric device used as an alternative to stairs, moving people or objects between floors in a building. Tenant, a person who rents a property and pays rent to the landlord. Let out or rent out, the act of allowing someone to use a property in exchange for rent. Rent, an alternative to buying a home, is to rent a property and pay a monthly fee to the owner or landlord or landlady. Story, the levels or the floors in a building. Mortgage, a loan from a bank or building company used to purchase a property, secured by the property itself.
Once you're comfortable with these 15 basic vocabulary words, you can advance to the following more complex set of 50 real estate terms. Appraisal. An estate agent performs an appraisal or valuation to determine the value of the property. Annual percentage rate. This indicates the interest rate on a loan. Balance outstanding. The remaining amount of the loan that the buyer owes to the mortgage lender. Bridging loan. A loan designed to help buyers bridge the gap between selling their current home and purchasing a new one. Buyers repay the bridging loan once they sell their home, preventing deals from falling through due to chain issues. Break clause or release clause. Clauses in fixed-term tenancies that allow for contract renegotiation. Building society, a type of bank that deals exclusively with mortgages and long-term savings. Buy-to-let, a specific type of mortgage and legislation for buyers purchasing a property to rent out.
Chain. The sale of a property is often delayed because the owners have not yet bought a new home. Chain-free. A situation where the seller does not need to find another property to live in, making the sale independent of the seller finding a new home. Collateral. In a mortgage, the collateral is the house or apartment, providing security to the bank that issues the loan. Completion date. The day when all documents are signed, distributed, and the keys are handed over to the new owners. selling property. Deeds. Legal documents that certify ownership of real estate. The deposit is the lump sum the buyer pays towards the property's cost. Disbursements. Payments and expenses that a solicitor makes on behalf of the seller. Early repayment charge. Also known as the early repayment penalty, this is a fee imposed by the bank or building society if the buyer pays off the mortgage earlier than agreed. Equity. The amount of money the homeowner actually owns, calculated as the difference between the property's value and the mortgage amount. First-time buyer. A buyer who has never owned a property before and thus has no mortgage or chain in the selling process.
Fixed price. When sellers or vendors accept only a specific price for the property without entertaining offers. Fixtures and fittings. Items in a property that are not part of the structure, such as carpets and curtains. Freehold indicates that the property includes the land it is situated on for an indefinite period. Leasehold, ownership of a property where the building is owned for a specific period of time, but not the land it stands on, often involving ground rent. Full structural survey, a thorough inspection of a property's main features, including electrical wiring, foundations, and plumbing. Gazumping, when a vendor accepts an offer but later rejects it for a higher offer at the last minute. Gazundering, when a buyer lowers their offer at the last minute. Gas safety regulations. Landlords must ensure their properties meet safety standards specified by gas safety regulations, with annual checks conducted by a Corgi registered engineer.
Guarantor. A person with a better credit rating than the buyer who guarantees to cover mortgage payments if necessary. Ground rent. An annual fee paid by the leaseholder to the freeholder. Home buyer's report. A brief survey of the house, covering accessible areas. Home improvement agencies. Agencies that assist low-income, vulnerable homeowners in maintaining their homes. Housing association. A non-profit organization that allows buyers to purchase part of a property and pay rent on the remaining portion. IFA. Independent financial advisor. Inventory. A detailed list of all items in the property. Joint tenants. When two or more people rent a property together, sharing payment responsibilities. If one tenant dies, the others must cover the full amount. Joint mortgage. A mortgage taken out by two individuals. Land certificate. A document from the land registry proving ownership of a property. Land registry. The official record of property ownership in England and Wales.
Mortgage deed, a document outlining the terms of a mortgage. Mortgage offer, an official letter from a bank or building society detailing mortgage conditions. Negative equity, when the property's value is less than the remaining mortgage balance. No sale, no fee, an agreement where the estate agent is not paid if the property is not sold. Open market value, the estimated value of a property on the open market. Public liability insurance, mandatory insurance covering death or injury to anyone in or around the property. Repossession, when a buyer fails to repay a mortgage, the bank or building society may take back the property and sell it at auction. Right to buy, the right of a tenant to purchase their council property depending on their length of residence. Shared ownership, a scheme allowing first-time buyers to purchase shares in a property and pay rent on the remaining portion with the option to buy more shares over time.
Solicitor. A lawyer who ensures all legal requirements are met in property transactions. Survey. An inspection of a property by a qualified surveyor, including valuation reports, home buyer reports, and full structural surveys. Tenancy agreement. A rental contract outlining terms and conditions between the landlord and tenant. Transfer deeds. Official documents from the land registry certifying the transfer of property ownership. Under offer. When a buyer's offer has been accepted by the seller, but the sale is not yet legally completed.
Consider watching some online videos to listen to various conversations involving English for real estate agents. Real estate agents are skilled at using language to make even the smallest, less appealing spaces sound attractive to potential buyers. However, it's essential for agents to be familiar with specific terminology in English. It's important to use this vocabulary correctly and avoid any misunderstandings. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave comments about which terms you found most helpful, and watch my next week's video on real estate tips.